welcome back to My Whatever. And if you're new here, my name's Lady, and this is My Whatever, the place where I do whatever I feel like. And today, I have a book haul. So, I went shopping a couple of days ago. I went to the Dollar Tree, actually, to get a few things. Like, I take some of the little frozen meals from the Dollar Tree's freezer to work for lunch. And while I was there, I started browsing around. They have a little book section. Every once in a while I find something that piques my interest. And I was there the other day and I actually found 3 books. 3 books. I have more than 3 books to show you, but I found 3 books while at the Dollar Tree. Now, this first one, it caught my eye as I was walking past it. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to look at books because that one looks interesting. Now, this one bothered me though, because this is actually the second, I don't know how many there are, but this is actually the second, and I looked all over on their shelves and they did not have the first one. So when I ever do get around to reading these, do you mind? Whenever I do get around to reading these, I am going to have to probably go to the library to find the first one. So this one by Tessa Gratton is called The Strange Minds. The first one that they didn't have was called The Lost Sun. You can see there's a picture of the cover on the back. So anyway, let me see. I don't know really any, like all these books that I got, I don't know anything about. Like one of them, I have some of that series on my bookshelf already, but I've never read them. So I still really don't know much about them other than what's on the inside of the book. And quite frankly, there is no back of the book description synopsis thing, but there is a sort of thing on the inside of the book. Kind of tells you a little bit about the characters. And anyway, it says, Signe Valborn, training to become a warrior. She's determined to take her place as the first new Valkyrie in 100 years. Excuse me. My dog is back there bathing herself. And I don't know if you can hear the licking, but it is just lick, 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 lick. Anyway. Ned the Spiritless, a troll hunter with a mysterious past. Only he can teach Signe the ways of war and death. Soren Bearstar, a famous berserker who saved Baldur the Beautiful. His destiny is tied to the next Valkyries, but at the cost of his heart. The weave of fate is tangled. To win her place in the Valkyries' ranks, Signe must choose between love and death, between achieving her destiny and challenging gods. And that, challenging a god, that sounds like right up my alley of books. It says there are also 2 other books. It says More Magic from Tessa Gratton. There's Blood Magic and The Bookkeeper. And those, let's show you those covers. Those look really, if I put the book the right way, those look kind of interesting too. If you've read any of these or those or anything by Tessa Gratton, please leave a comment below because this sounds very interesting and the other 2 look very interesting. So please leave a comment below, recommendations, whatever. Alright, the next books that I got at the Dollar Tree. See, this is actually interesting. I got, while I was digging to try to find the other one, the first book to that one, and I found this one. And a funny thing that I just noticed is there's actually a sticker on the front that says this book is $14.99, but I got it at the Dollar Tree for $1, so woo! Anyway, this one, again, like I said, I don't know anything about the book, but it is by Matthew Quick, the same author of the Silver Lining Playbook. And I really like it, so I just thought, well, we'll pick it up. You know, if I like it, fantastic. I only spent $1. Who could go, why would that be a bad thing? But if I don't like it, I only spent $1. So, oh well. Anyway, this is called Good Luck of Right Now. It's got a little fortune cookie. But yeah, there's like the sticker that says buyer's pick. It's Costco's bookshelf. This book was from Costco and it was $14.99. So I don't know how it wound up at the Dollar Tree. That's interesting. Whatever. But anyway, this one, let's see. One of the reviews says it's funny and touching. Let's see. Call it fate. Call it synchronicity. Call it an act of God. Call it a good luck of right now. I'm not going to read this whole thing because this one's kind of long, but it's like, for 38 years, Bartholomew Neal has lived with his mother. When she gets sick and dies, he has no idea how to be on his own. His red-headed grief counselor, Wendy, says he needs to find his flock and leave the nest. But how does a man whose whole life has been grounded to his mom, shit. You know, the fact that I have a book channel where I read stories is kind of astonishing, but honestly, I promise, I can read. I do a lot of editing. Anyway, but how does a man whose whole life has been grounded to his mom, Saturday Mass, in the library learn how to fly? And then, anyway, there's something about a series of letters and the Dalai Lama and philosophy and alien abduction and cat telepathy. And anyway, that just that sounds interesting, because basically I didn't really read this while I was at the store. I just kind of skimmed through and I saw the things like cat telepathy, and I was like, okay, yep, sold. Next one that I got from the Dollar Tree. This one was one that was an interesting cover, like the first one, the Strange Maid. So I did browse through this thing as well, but like I said, I didn't read it. Really, I just kind of skimmed. But this one is by Mercedes Lackey, and it is called Closer to Home. It says a novel of Valdemar, so I wonder, yeah, it says book 1 of the Herald Spy, so there's multiples of these. Why don't I pay attention to that when I pick up books, like I did with the first one? So now I've got another series that if I like this one, I'm going to have to go get. And honestly, knowing me, I will buy the rest of the series before I ever pick up this book. I'm terrible for that. I will buy an entire series that I know nothing about, because like if I'm gonna read the first one, I need to know that I have easy access to the rest of them if I like them. It's a curse, really. I'm sure I have books on my shelf that I'm gonna find out that I don't like. But anyway, this is what this looks like. See, it's like he's holding masks of his own face, but like the one's wearing, you know, one of those like ninja bandanas, and the other one's got tattoo and some scars. And anyway, I know it's completely unrelated, but his outfit kind of reminds me of like Luke Skywalker when you meet him. So anyway, that was what caught my eye first, his outfit, and then I was like, oh, that's a sword, not a lightsaber, and the masks are interesting, whatever. So anyway, this one says something about Max was a herald of Valdemar. He had once lived the brutal life of a child enslaved to the harsh owner of a gem mine. His origins were a mystery, since he was orphaned so young that he had no memories of his parents or his homeland. So he's mysterious. Let's see. When he was chosen by his companion, his young life was saved, and he slowly adjusted to being well-fed, cared for, and educated. Let's see. He'd even been singled out by the king's own herald, Nicholas, for secret training as a spy. So he's a spy. I didn't read that part. Okay. So, another interesting find at the Dollar Tree. So like I said, I got these 3 at the Dollar Tree. And then the next 2 I got on, after I got back home with all this stuff, I remembered I have a movie on hold at the library, because I've been watching the TV series, The Shadowhunters, which, don't hate me, I have yet to read the series. It's in my to-be-read list, but I haven't read it yet. But I have been watching the show, and I love the show, so I hope that the show is doing the books justice. I will find out one day. But I didn't know, and recently found out while watching one of my all-time favorite booktubers, one of her old videos about the Shadowhunters, and there was actually a movie based on the books in 2013. So the books came out, and then they did the movie, and now they're doing the TV series, and I'm watching it on Hulu, and the first 2 seasons are on there now. I'm about halfway through season 2 because I've been watching it with my husband, so juggling our schedules is driving me insane because I really want to watch the rest of it, but he's at work, so. Anyway, so I went to go pick up the movie I mean, because I plan to watch the movie as soon as I finish the series. So I only have the movie for 2 weeks, so he better help make some time to finish the TV series so that we can watch the movie and then eventually I'll get the books. But anyway, while I was there, sorry for that whole side note, while I was there, they have, my library, I don't know about every library, but my library has a cart where they get some of their, stop with the bath. Sorry. You can bathe when I'm done recording or go into another room. There's a bathroom right over there. I take a bath in the bathroom. You take a bath in the bathroom. Anyway, they have a cart. It's like a double-sided cart, and there's like 3-4 shelves on the cart, so it's like 4 shelves on one side. You walk around, there's 4 other shelves, you know. And anyway, it's where they get a little extra money because libraries are not the richest buildings, companies, I don't know what I'm looking for, businesses, whatever. Anyway, so they need to make a little bit of money, and they do so by taking your late fees and this cart that they have. And on this cart, they put all the books that they are basically trying to get off their shelves. The books, they've been there forever. Nobody's checked them out in a while. So they throw it on the cart and they'll sell it. There could be other reasons as to why they get put there. That's just my assumption as to how they wind up there. Because every now and then I've caught a book that I'm like, that are confusing to me as to why it would be on the cart, but it's on the cart, so whatever. And I know it definitely is a for sale book because once they put it on the cart, the little library barcode that they put on the back of books, they scribble it out with a marker. So that way, and you know you're not checking that one out. And that way if you're walking out too, they're not going to question you with it because the barcode's been scratched out. So anyway, I'm still just rambling. Okay, this book is one of the ones that I think I have part of the series on my bookshelf. I think I do, but I don't know. I'm kind of a crazy lady, and I'll go into a bookstore, and if I don't have enough money for everything that I want, I will take out my phone and I will take a picture of every book, and then I'll get home and I'll put it on my to be read list. And so I could have some of these on my shelf, or it just could be on my list and I've seen it enough times that I just think I have it. But anyway, this is by Jenny Nimmo, Nimmo. Anyway, it's Charlie Bone and the Red Knight. And Charlie Bone is, in fact, a decent-sized series. The Red Knight. Oh! I just got so confused. I was like, because I read Charlie Bone and the Red Knight on the front, and then I read something else on the side. I was like, okay. So this is the cover, Charlie Bone and the Red Knight. And I just thought this was the Charlie Bone series. But anyway, the entire series is called Children of the Red King. So I just got confused. I was like, why does the side say it's a different book? It doesn't. Anyway, this is book 8, by the way. Like I said, I think I have like book 1. Book 7 looks familiar too. I do think I have a couple of these, but I could just be imagining it. But yeah, this is what I have, and this one actually does have a little synopsis on the back. And it says, again, I edit my book channel. Dark forces are gathering at Blor's Academy as the Blors search for a lost box containing a hidden will. A will that reveals the true destiny of the Red King's heirs. And I'm not going to keep reading because, again, this is book 8, and I really don't want to find spoilers in it. So, moving on. And this is the last book that I got that day. I also got this one from the library. I actually debated about putting this one back. I wasn't really sure. I kind of weighed my options, and then I finally just went, but if you put it down, you won't have it. And who knows what kind of fantastic story could have been in those pages if you put it down. Like, so basically, the cover was kind of interesting, and the little mini synopsis on the inside was a little interesting, but it wasn't like, I have to have that, but it wasn't like, that doesn't sound interesting at all, put it back. I was kind of like stuck in the middle, so I decided my best bet would just be to buy it and read it, and if I didn't like it, well, again, the hardbacks at my library are $1, so if I didn't like it, it was only $1. And if I loved it, wow, for $1? So anyway, this one is by Catherine Fisher, and it's called The Day of the Scarab. So that's that. This, see where it's scribbled out here? The sticker was over it. It says something about the Oracle Prophecies trilogy. So I guess this is part of a trilogy. Man, yep. The Oracle Prophecies. Man, is this book 1, book 2, book 3? Don't know. How will the struggle have? How will their struggles end? Madness reigns in the two lands. General Argline has proclaimed himself king and is systematically destroying all enemies, humans and gods. So that's a thing too. Not only do I have to edit on my book channel, but I also have to, sometimes I have to pause to look up a word or a name that I don't know to try to pronounce it as best I can. Little update on my book channel, by the way. I don't know when this video is going up, so this may be outdated. It may not. I'm putting out okay, if you follow my book channel, it is Lady Audio, the link in the description. There is a series that I've been working on, the 11 Thump series, and it's 5 books. And the last chapter, because I do 1 chapter a day, with the exception of, like, I do the descriptions and the epilogues and prologues and things, like, I'll lump some of them with the other chapters. And in 11 Thumps, there were a few German words, because parts of the book did take place in Germany, and let me tell you, I don't do accents of any kind well. So I don't even try to do the German accent, but I did have to do some of the words, and without being able to do the accent, some of the words, they're rough. Like, I can't, like, I know there's a place in Germany called Berchtesgaden, and there's supposed to be like a little throaty sound in the back in the middle of that word, and I can't do it. My husband does it really well, but I can't do it, so I did my best. Which also brings me to, in one of the books, there is a character who is supposed to be speaking with a British accent, and I tried, and I butchered it, and to any English people out there that listen to that channel, or this one, I greatly apologize for how bad it was, but because it was like just in the description as, this person is talking with a British accent, like I couldn't just... So I tried, I really did. So I mean, no offense when I try to do the accents. It's just I'm trying to follow the description, and it may or may not be well, but you'll notice in my description of every chapter that I have to do an accent, there'll be a disclaimer saying, I greatly apologize for my terrible accent. So it's in there. I try, I do what I can. But yeah, the last chapter of book 5, the last chapter of the entire series, goes up on October 20th. If this video goes up after it's done, then I will, well, then this is going to be kind of pointless, isn't it? But yeah, so I don't know if this video is going to go up before or after the 20th, but just noted that if it's not up yet, if this video goes up before the 20th, then know that it's coming, and if it's after the 20th and you haven't listened to it yet, please go over to my channel. Again, it's Lady Audio. The link to that channel is in the description. Please go over there and listen to it and support me, because I am very proud of how far that channel has become. How far it has come, because I've been reading for that channel for months, and at the beginning of the year it wasn't going that great, but now I've worked out a schedule so that I can get a chapter up every single day, at least one. So, and I already know what my next series is going to be, so if you're interested, the description for the next series will be going up on October 20th, the same day as the last chapter of 11 Thumps, and the book itself will actually start on the 21st, and it is the Serafina books. There's Serafina and the Black Cloak and the Twisted Staff. I can't remember which one's book one, but I have both of those. I'm going to read both of those, and then there's a third book coming out, but it's not out yet, so I don't know if it'll be out before, you know, by the time I finish book 2 or not. So anyway, sorry for all that rambling. If you stayed around, thank you. And yeah, that was whatever this was. It seemed to be a book haul and some other ramblings. And as usual, click the like if you liked it. Comment if you feel like. Subscribe if you want, because I would really appreciate it. And please share it with all your friends, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.